Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. Good day, Tim. I hope you're doing well. Yes, good day. Good day. It is, what is, today is Wednesday. I was like, what is today? Let me not cut my head off there. There we go. So I hope everyone's doing well. Pastor Al, it's good to see you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to SIP with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP is the acronym for Spirit in Practice, where we practice and we practice and we practice, Margaretta, because the perfection is in the practice, right, Julie? It's in the practice. And I love saying now that line from Mark Nepo's book, that life is an endless practice. Life is an endless practice, Lindsay. So, good day, everybody. Welcome. We are in our conviction series. We are continuing with our conviction series. Ron, it's good to see you. We are, yeah, we're going to continue with our conviction series. So, let me just restate the definition: a firm belief, to convince, and proof. The origins of the word conviction is proof. And yesterday we talked about, are we convicted or are we conflicted? And it's good to know where we stand. Are you convicted or conflicted? If you're conflicted, then you need to address that. Spend some time and see what's underneath the confliction, right? It's really important. So listen to yesterday's replay where I talk about being convicted or conflicted. Because what does, I read from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind text yesterday, and he said we can't be lukewarm. We cannot be lukewarm about our conviction. We must know that we know, Stacy. We must know that we know, Nan. We must know that we know, Gladys. We cannot be lukewarm in our convictions. We got to be heated up, on fire about it. On fire about it. Okay? And then I ended yesterday asking this question, and I hope that some of you took this into contemplation. Are you willing to live life daily as the proof of your quality? Because what are we convicted about? We are convicted about our quality, right? And the only one that needs to be convinced about this is who? You. You don't have to go around convincing anybody else about your life. The only one that needs to be convinced is you. Is you. So, are you willing to live life daily as the proof of your quality? You are the only one that needs to be convinced. Doesn't that take some of the whatever off of you? You don't have to convince your mama, your father, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, your friends. You don't have to convince nobody about your own life, because you are on fire about living your life as your quality. Yes. Yes. So last night we had our last 30-day mental diet class for the first class of the year, because we will have another one. And it was wonderful. I went to bed feeling so happy and grateful, so happy and grateful to have been on this 30-day mental diet journey with everyone that was in the class, and some of you who are with me live now on SIP. And one of the things that Willis Kinnear says in the book, the 30-day mental diet book, at the very end, he has, after the 30th day, he has this one page that says, "This is my life. This is my life." And this is what he writes. He says, "Firmly establish in your mind the conviction that that which you desire is now a part of your experience. Firmly establish in your mind the conviction that that which you desire is now a part of your experience. He says, don't deviate from your diet, for it is the pathway to a richer, fuller way of living than you have yet dreamed of. Don't deviate from your diet, for it is the pathway to a richer, fuller way of living than you have ever dreamed. Don't deviate. Don't deviate, right? Be firmly convicted right now. We don't have to wait until outer conditions change in order for us to feel convicted now. It doesn't work that way. Get convicted now within yourself, and you will see the expression of that out picturing externally in your life, right? And don't deviate. Don't deviate. Sometimes that we want to deviate, right? We make a choice about what is ours, right? This is my quality. And then we go down that path and something happens, and then we're like questioning it, right? Or maybe that's not it. Or maybe it's what Sally's is, right? We start to deviate, to question, to get conflicted about any decisions that we make, any choices that we make, right? Have y'all ever had an experience in your life where you were so firmly convicted about something? Can you think of a time in your life that you were so clear? Your conviction was not lukewarm, it was fire. You were so convicted, firm in your belief. Has anyone had that experience? So I could think of a couple in my life, and one that is, it's probably my number one thing in my life that I could say that I was so convicted about this that there was nothing that could cause me to deviate from this belief. Yes, Margaretta. Margaretta said, yes, she can. I know all of us have something, at least one experience that we were so convicted about that no matter what happened, it did not shake us. We firmly believed. We firmly believed in it. So for me, it was being pregnant and having a healthy, joyful pregnancy. I was convicted about this. Now, were there challenges? Yes, there were. But I was convicted that I would have a beautiful, joyful pregnancy. I see you're putting in what you've been convicted about. Yes, throw up Julian's. Quitting my job. Yes, convicted about it. Convicted about it. Yes, fireworks for sure. Right? And no matter what, Julie, no matter what, you knew that this will come to pass. That this day will come where you will say goodbye, right? And I knew that as I go through this journey of my pregnancy, that I would experience what I was convicted about. And let me tell you, not many people were convicted about what I was convicted about, right? Because here I am, pregnant with twins, and immediately, I am bombarded with other people's opinions about my conviction, right? Oh, you know that you're probably going to have to go on bed rest for most of your pregnancy. Oh, you know you're probably going to go into early labor. Oh, you know dot, 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 right? Just the doom and gloom of it all, right? First of all, like, why are you telling that to a pregnant woman? You know, I don't need to know any of that. But yet, that's what people feel convicted about. People feel convicted about sharing the most negative things with you, right? And it would happen all over the place. I think I might have shared that Marco and I went on this process of interviewing doctors, because the doctor that I had before I was pregnant, my GYN, was not an OB doctor, right? She just did. She was just a gynecologist. She wasn't an OB. So we had to find a OB, and some of my friends referred me to theirs. And I never forget this. I went to see, and I think I went by myself and went to see this new doctor. And within moments, he was telling me about how difficult my pregnancy is going to be because of my age. I was 40. I was 39. I had the girls when I was 40, right? So he kept referring to me as a high risk pregnancy. He told me that he would put me on bed rest, that he was already predicting the future, that he would put me on bed rest. So he said, you won't have any problems with your job because I will put you on bed rest, right? And that more than likely I will give birth early and they will probably have to be in ICU, in an incubator, right? And I am looking at this man like he is out of his mind. And I said, okay, thank you for your time. He said, okay, you can go to the front and make your next appointment. And I said, oh, no, I will not be doing that. And he asked me why. I said, clearly, this is not a good fit for me. I guess no one ever said that to him before. And I left. In mid sentence, he was still talking. And I just said, have a good day. Because you're not going to convince me of my own conviction. No. And so I wound up finding a doctor who we shared the same vision for my pregnancy. He said to me, whatever you think about this, I am right there with you. And I told him what I thought. I had a vision board for my pregnancy and everything. And he was right there with me. What happened? 39 weeks. Gave birth at 39 weeks. Worked up until a couple of days before I had them. Right? Beautiful pregnancy after that first trimester. That first trimester was a little tricky for me. But after that, smooth sailing. I loved being pregnant. Loved it. It was wonderful. Wonderful. So don't get sucked into other people's conviction about your life and what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing or when you should be doing it and how you should be doing it. It's none of their business. And it's none of our business about their stuff. Right? And that's why I shared yesterday. Don't share your stuff with people. Don't share your conviction with other people. Treat it like a treasure. Treat it like a treasure. Unless you are 100%. I have a very, very small circle of folks that I share my innermost dreams and desires with, because I know that they are holding that vision with me. I know they're holding that vision with me. And that's no judgment against anybody else at all. But we have to know this, right? We have to know this because we don't want to deviate. Willis said, don't deviate from your diet. He's talking about the 30-day mental diet. Don't deviate from your life. He's talking about your life. Don't deviate from it, right? Stay convicted. Stay convicted. Stand in your belief. Stand in your faith. Stand in what you are trusting, right? My quality is trust, wholeness, curiosity, and courage. I am standing firmly in that. I am convicted about my quality. And no matter what is happening, I stand convicted in those qualities. Yes. So Tim said, I totally agree with that. I never share my plans and dreams with others that are very negative. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great practice, Tim. And Margareta says, oh my God, I had to learn this principle. I trusted people would want the best for me, not always. Yeah. People are doing the best that they can where they are on their path. No judgment about it, right? And so we can make that conscious choice. And Ron, I see you. Ron is saying, I have trust issues, right? Whatever trust issues we may have starts with ourselves first. So explore your self-trust issues. Do you keep your word to yourself? That's a good place to start, to be in integrity with your word, with yourself, right? Don't break promises to yourself. That's why it's important to make those little, tiny little baby steps, right? Because we're building self-trust. That's what we talked about yesterday in the 30-day mental diet class. So we're not deviating from our quality no matter what. No matter if it feels hard, no matter if someone wants to poo-poo on your quality, no matter what challenge comes up, no matter what, we are convicted. We are not lukewarm. We are on fire, right? We are on fire. So let me end with this. It is a persistent choice that we face every single day. We are faced with a choice. Are we going to stand in our conviction, or are we going to deviate from it? Every day, we have this choice to make. From the most minute things like staying up till 12 o'clock, right? Deviating, that's a deviation, right? And then our mind starts to work and, oh, but it's not that bad. It's just this one time, right? Or are we convicted? 10:30, shut it down, right? Shut it down. So it is a persistent choice we face and make every day. Why? Because life is so daily. That's what Willis said, that gangster line. Life is so daily. And so are our choices. So we can choose to stay the course, that conviction course. We could stay that course, y'all. Or we could choose to take the deviation detour. Right? Conviction choice, deviation detour. Which one you want? Right? You could choose steady, all over the place. The choice is up to you. The choice is up to me. And we get to make it every day. All right, y'all. All right. I see you, Lindsay. Lindsay says she does something called the power of 3. I make sure that I only tell 3 people. That way I pick out the three right people and really listen to their wisdom. Okay. If you got 3 people, if that works for you, go for it. I like the number 3, the triune trinity. I like all that. All right. So we're going to continue with conviction tomorrow. We'll wrap it up on Friday. And it's time for some joy news. So let's get into some joy news. All right. So February is National Black History Month. I've been sharing that the New Thought Media Network is celebrating Black History Month with daily segments called Black History Moments, a daily inspiration and prayer for racial healing. And they have been magnificent. I have learned something every single day. So please go to New Thought Media Network and you can find all of the daily inspirations and prayers for racial healing on their Facebook page or on YouTube. And I am participating in that. I did Sundays and I'll be doing one tomorrow also. So please check that out and please support New Thought Media Network. You can go to their website, ntmedia.org, and click donate and give what feels good to you. They are doing amazing, powerful, positive, uplifting programming. And I think the last time I saw Robert in California, I think he said they were up to like 30 hours or quickly approaching 30 hours a week of positive programming. That is just awesome. That is awesome. Today is the Hour of Power Wednesday, and we talk about prayer. It's the power of prayer. So if you are in need of prayer, want to learn more about spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, please go to rocklandcsl.org, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Just click on the Hour of Power, and you will be in the Zoom room. And that is led by one of our practitioners at Rockland CSL. It's fabulous. Speaking of living life in joy, this Sunday, 10:30 a.m., we are continuing to celebrate Black History Month. So please tune in, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Living Life in Joy. And right after that, Rockland CSL. Our theme this month is Life is Calling You. And this Sunday, I will be talking about an undivided life. An undivided life. And to live an undivided life, conviction is required. Conviction is required, right? So our service is 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Go to rocklandcsl.org, click on Sunday service, and you will be in the Zoom room, or you can watch our live stream on Facebook. Save the date. Next week, y'all, we have our first meditation with the full moon for 2022. It is on February 16th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right where you're watching me now. On that day, we will not have a 10:30 sip. The meditation with the moon is the sip. Okay? All right. Then on February 26th, I'm having a vision board gathering on Zoom, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So please participate in that, and I will have the registration open on Friday. You already have your quality. That's what our vision board is going to be focused on, our quality. Imagine a visual of your quality. Oh, don't that feel good? Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And then next month, March 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Healing, Liberation, and Joy, Mental Health and the Arts. It is a program that is happening at the Apollo Theater that I am just thrilled to participate in. I'm on the Joy panel talking about how to spread joy in these trying times, right? So it's totally free. You just go to the Apollo Theater and register there. It's in person. I'm going to check to see if they're also doing virtual. So I'll let you know if they're doing virtual. But if you're in New York City, please come out. It's going to be a wonderful event. And I'm just really looking forward to being a part of that. All right. Let me check in with Sekou, see how he's doing. I've been missing him all week, and here he is. He's back.
I'm back. So, great sip. There were a couple things that I wanted to comment on. First of all, this is pretty cool serendipity. Lindsay was talking about her power of 3 She chooses 3 people. And guess what the number for the envelope challenge is today? Yeah. Yeah. So that felt like cool synergy. So for those of you who are doing the envelope challenge, the number's 3. And we just got some co-signing inadvertently from Lindsay. Also, I wanted to circle back to what Ron was saying about trust issues and being burned. He said this later that he's been burned. That's why he has trust issues. So there's this motivational speaker named Ed Mylett who talks about what you just talked about, Melissa, that keeping promises to yourself builds your self-confidence. It reconnects you with yourself. When you do what you say you're going to do, even if no one else hears you, your subconscious, your whole system is paying attention to those things, those promises you keep to yourself. And what I have discovered in my own experimentation with this through my run streak, because now today is day 254. So doing it every day without fail, keeping that promise to myself without fail, it builds confidence, but it also reduces reliance on others. Like it's harder to be burned by someone else when you're self-reliant. Like you don't rely on other people the same way that you used to. That's been my experience. And that was unexpected, but I'm grateful for that developing self-reliance. So I need less from others. I'm a more self-contained unit. And that's part of the process of keeping the promises I make to myself. So
yes. Yes, that is so good. I hope that is helpful, Ron. I hope that is helpful. But self-trust, self-love, issues with trust, issues with love, issues with any of those things starts with ourselves. It starts with our relationship with ourselves, our relationships with the divine or that which is greater than we are. So thank you all for being with me live today. Yes, Ron, this is a good one to close out on. We can choose to change our thinking. Yes, let's be convicted about that too. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.